The meeting itself was positive. The meeting itself, from dialogue and engagement, comes understanding. And we, of course, have said that we want to cooperate with China wherever we can, and it's positive that that meeting is taking place today.
Prime Minister, in your speech last night, you used your words, you made it crystal clear that any action over the Taiwan Strait or the partnership south of the China Sea, that would risk would far outweigh any reward. Would you expect any pushback over those remarks? I suppose this was some of your sharpest comments on the issue.
Well, Australia supports the status quo. It's something that I said. In opposition as Labor leader, I have the same position as Labor Prime Minister. Australia supports the status quo. There should be no unilateral action which attempts to change that status quo. And that is our view. That is very much in the interest of peace and security and stability in the region.
Prime Minister, in terms of dialogue, you encouraged dialogue in your speech last night. You welcomed the United States' attempt to restart dialogue with China. Is Australia in a good enough position, I guess, diplomatically with China that we can privately or publicly continue to encourage that restarting of the conversation there? Could Australia almost act as the middleman in terms of restarting those negotiations?
Well, I think that Australia can play a very constructive role in international affairs. More than one in 5 jobs in Australia is dependent upon international trade. We see the consequences of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The idea that we can be isolated from the world because we're an island continent has been disproved time and time again, whether it's a global pandemic, a potential cyber event, or indeed the conflict that we see of Russia in Ukraine has had a direct impact on Australians because of the global inflation that it's caused, global energy prices rising, and we're not immune to that. So Australia has an interest in engaging. I think we are a trusted nation. We're a nation that is straightforward, and when I deal with my international counterparts, I give straight talking. I don't say one thing in public and something different in private. And I can also have private conversations that stay private. You won't ever see a text message from me in the paper or in the news. That's important. It's important that it be trusted. Ben?
Speaking of Ukraine, the Ukrainian Defence Minister says that there's after talks with Richard Marles, that there's going to be a fresh package of support coming next month. Why are we making them wait so long? They're in desperate need.
We have been the largest non-NATO contributor to give support to Ukraine in its struggle to defend its national sovereignty and to go forward. I know there's one of the arguments there is whether NATO appliers like Sweden have contributed more, but the truth is, well, we have been, as a proportion of where we're at, we have been substantial contributors. We continue to deliver our Bushmasters. When you make an announcement, it's not a media release that assists people, it's actually delivery on the ground. So you can do preparations and do the work to make sure that what we are committing to can be delivered. But we've delivered not just military support in terms of assets like Bushmasters and other support. We've provided other technical support as well. And of course, Australians are in the United Kingdom at the moment assisting to train Ukrainian soldiers to make a difference. I have said consistently we'll continue to monitor the situation and to deliver what we can when we can. And that is what we are doing in consultation. I had a discussion myself with President Zelensky, of course, on the sidelines of the G7 meeting just a couple of weeks ago.